Yo, what's wait, I messed that up. Wait, hold on. What's yo, y'all see the skills? What's up? Today I want to just make a video. Because life is fucking life and that bitch got hands, but what I really want to talk about today, because I had and I didn't want to wait till I got home to make the video. Maybe I'll re-record it. Who knows? I'll probably upload it like this because why the fuck not? But I want to talk about setting a standard, right? Because I had this conversation a little bit, but I want to get into it more because I posted a little TikTok about it. But I really want to get more in depth into it because I follow this creator. My friend put me on. Her name's Clark, and she's this law school student, influencer, living luxurious in the penthouse of New York City, living that really that luxurious city girl life. And I was just damn, that is really. It's nice to see people win, right? It's good to see people win. I like to see people win. I can't talk, right? And she made a video, basically, and this is gonna go into a lot of things, right? About anytime she's dating a man, any sign of the first inconvenience or an ick from him, she drops him, just like that, right? And it just made me think wow, people really don't tolerate a lot of bullshit. And I felt for a long time I used to tolerate a lot of bullshit. I technically still do, but I'm getting better at not tolerating it. Because I feel for the longest time I really try to be the nice guy, and not always in terms of dating, just in general. And I used to let a lot of shit slide, right? I used to be oh, okay, that's not a big deal. Okay, whatever. I don't think they meant it like that. Oh, whatever. I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt. Bitch, I was saying that shit so much, I started to sound like fucking Oprah. You get a benefit. You get a benefit. You get a benefit. No, fuck that. I'm not doing that shit no more. Because what I started to realize is at my big age of 28 is every time you give somebody a fucking benefit of the doubt, whether it's dating or life or at work, you're opening a can of worms for them to do the same shit again and again. And when you don't check people on their bullshit, they tend to feel like they can repeat it because you won't do anything about it. You're complacent in your own detriment. And it really sucks because I'm really going. That's when I say life is really kicking my ass. I feel like I'm really going through that right now. And it sucks because I don't want to go through it. I don't like to have conflicts with people. I really rather be on my kumbaya, Hakuna Matata kind of shit. But at the end of the day, people are going to people, and everybody has their own agenda that they're trying to, complete. So for me, what I really learned is I can't keep putting my own, I can't small myself in a lot of situations to appease somebody else. And I feel I do that a lot of times. I'll try to make it work for everybody and try to be on good terms with everybody and all this shit. Fuck that. You can't be in good terms with everybody. Everybody ain't gonna like everybody, all right? Get that through your head. And I should be telling myself that because I be out here trying to be Captain Save-A-Hole for the longest. Oh, well, maybe if you just talk it out with that person, maybe if, communication. And ideally in an ideal world, that would be awesome, right? Where we can all communicate our issues and successfully move forward. But not everybody, and I was having this conversation with somebody, not everybody is going to hold that level of emotional intelligence, right? Because there's logical intelligence and, just being smart in general, but emotionally being able to read people and understand other people, not everybody has that ability. And I didn't realize it was that hard for people to have that ability, but not everybody is going to have it. So when you're dating or when you're at work or just your social life or whatever the case may be, you realize that you're going to run into people that I honestly want to say like they are incapable to a certain extent to empathize with other people with things that they're going through or things that they might experience. Did my lip ashy? Yeah. Right? And I feel like a lot of times people lack that level of empathy that's gonna really make them more what's that word? Like, this is just gonna make them work better with other people, right? Because I feel like a lot of times somebody could see one side of the story. Oh, well, that person, they're doing X, Y, Z. Why are they doing that? I don't understand. They should be doing this and X and all that. But it's like, you're not factoring everything that other person might have to experience in their lifetime. Right? Sometimes, like, people really do go through a lot of shit. People usually go through a lot of trials and tribulations. Life is not easy. Life can be rewarding, but it sure is not at most times easy. It only comes easy when you've experienced life enough, or you've experienced a certain part of life to know how to combat it and deal with it on a more like nuanced level, so to speak. Like, you could see things, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you experience something one time, the second time comes around, you're gonna know how to handle certain things because you've experienced it before. You know what it's like, you know what it feels like, right? So usually a lot of times you find a lot of people that really go through a lot of like the darkest shit in their life, they usually end up being one of the most kindest people because they know what it feels like to go through a lot of like really dark, fucked up shit. So they don't, I feel like a lot of times people say hurt people, but I really feel like sometimes when people, what is this? There's a police car. Okay, back to video. But, in my experience, it could go both ways, right? Yeah, sometimes hurt people, but sometimes people take the hurt and they process it and they use it to further their level of understanding of other people, right? And I think for me, I could say, like, when I was younger, I got bullied a lot, especially like in middle school. High school, not so much. I kind of like skated by in high school, but in middle school, I got bullied a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was the new kid. I was from a different country. Like that. The awkward gay kid, all that shit. Like, I got bullied a lot. Like, people made fun of me a lot of times, and I had to like really learn how to, stand up for myself and really become the person that I am today. But it didn't come overnight. I had to learn how to set a standard for things that I would accept and things that I wouldn't allow. And I really don't like for people to like try to play my face or try to bully me, because I'm like, whoa, like, what are you doing? Like, we're grown adults. What's really going on here? But like I said, when you have to set a standard, right? You have to say what you're willing to accept and what you cannot accept. And one time, I had a supervisor come in. Oh my God, I had this interaction with, it wasn't with me, but with somebody else, right? Where we were missing this product, and my coworker was like, no, it's too busy. We never have time for this, da 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 da. And I don't know the nuances to that situation, but it's just the way that the supervisor said it. They said, I cannot accept that. I was just like, oh, I was shook. I'm gonna start saying that. I can't accept that. And like I said, I don't know the in and out of that situation, but that wording, that it was so powerful. I cannot accept that. And it really made me think, like, wow, like, you don't have to accept everything that's thrown at you. Sometimes it's bullshit. I don't have to accept that. Like, it just rolls off the tongue too. It's just like, it has an to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like rude or nothing. It's not like combative or nothing. It's just that that's not my worth. That's not my time. That's not my energy. Like, I cannot accept that. And that really resonated with me too, because I was just like, wow, like, and sometimes that's why I like working with other people, because you learn from other people too. Like, you learn how to carry yourself better. You learn how to work smarter. You learn how to communicate better with other people. That's what I really like. I like when a job is social, because in certain aspects, people can learn from each other. You know, each one teach one. So there's things that I learned from each of my job to improve my standard. You know, in my last job, before this job, you know, I had this really awesome manager, and I have a great manager now, but like my manager at my other job, she didn't take shit from nobody. Fucking nobody. She didn't take shit from no upper management. She didn't take shit from no coworker. She didn't take shit from nobody. She said, y'all, let's get this work done. And boom, we was busting that work out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really, and that really inspired me to actually, you know what I'm saying, go to work and really hustle and try to get the work done, and understand that, you know, you work hard, you work smart, you can get rewarded for it. And, you know, I'll even bring it back to a time where she was even able to get the whole team a raise. We got like a whole $1.50 raise. You know what I'm saying? And to pull that for your whole team is low-key kind of a flex. She said one day we pulled up, everybody said, she's like, all right, guys. It was payday too. She's like, all right, guys, before everybody look at their checks, just look at your amount. And we're like, what is this girl talking about? So we all opened up our checks, and then we realized, damn, yo, we really had gotten a raise. Like, that's actually fucking crazy. Like, she really pulled a fast one. I was like, that is, yo, when I tell you, I've never ever worked somewhere where somebody went that far to really advocate for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only person I know I know that would ever pull some shit to get a whole team a raise. Not just one person, one or two people, a whole team. Imagine being able to get your whole team a raise. That's crazy. And I realized, wow, her standards must be high, because she didn't accept anything. She didn't just accept anything thrown at her. She said, this is my standard. This is what I want. This is what I want for my team. And she made it happen. You know what I'm saying? And when I hear things like that, that inspires me, because I realize in life that you don't have to just look out for yourself. You can also look out for other people. You can also help each other out and all that, and not make it a detriment to yourself. And I really just, I don't know. Hopefully I'm making sense when I'm saying all this. But what I'm saying is, you could be an all-around person. You could be that don't take shit from nobody type of person. And you can also be like that team player kind of person. You can also be that person that advocates for other people. You could also be, you know what I'm saying? You could be so many things. And that's what I really learned from that job in particular, is that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could really, like, the sky's the limit, if you get what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if I'm, like, articulating that properly, but, like, don't ever limit yourself. Don't ever think nothing's not possible. Set your standards to where you're going to be able to achieve things, where you're going to push yourself, where you're not going to wallow in your own sorrow. You're going to push yourself to get better, to work harder, to work smarter, to be more successful, to be more happy. Right? Set that standard now. Don't just accept anything because somebody says it is so. It is not so. Okay? Most situations, it's not so. You can always change the outcome of your life. You don't have to confine yourself to what somebody else tells you that you're going to be. Damn, my looks really ashy. Hold on. This is crazy. No, because what the fuck? Alright, that's better. You don't have to confine yourself to what somebody else is going to tell you you're going to be. You are in charge of your own life. You are in charge of your own destiny, okay? Never forget that. And I think a lot of times people get carried away. People get lost in the sauce. Remember, you're in charge of how you navigate your whole life. Not Jimmy from HR, not Miranda from West Bubble Frig, nobody but yourself, right? So always take that into consideration and always strive for better things in life. Don't ever feel like you're never not worth better. Don't ever feel like people can't treat you better because because whatever circumstances you got going on in your life. Advocate for yourself. Check people when they're out of line, because people sure will check you. So why can't you check other people? Make sure that people come at you correctly. Make sure that they're speaking to you with I was gonna say vigil, but I don't think that's the right word. Make sure they're speaking to you with discernment, with honesty, with compassion, with understanding. Okay? We don't have to accept people talking crazy to us, right? Because I had a situation, like an old job, where I had a boss, and this boss was talking hella crazy to me, hella crazy. I'm not gonna get into all the details. That's gonna be for another video, honestly. But I really had to check this person. Like, you can't be speaking to people like that. Like, what? That's not how this is gonna go. What? Oh, if I was being disrespectful, I would be X, Y, and Z. And I was just like, I don't. What I got to do with anything, right? But what I noticed when I stood up for myself and I started to set a standard for what I was willing to accept, the person changed over time. Their actions towards me, their attitude towards me, what they demanded from me, it changed. So it's not an impossible situation. I understand, especially when it comes to work. A lot of us, a lot of people are living check to check. So you really feel like, even if you feel like you have a horrible boss, you're like, damn, you have to throw all types of shit people throw at you. You do not. Because I'm gonna tell you something. The boss needs you as much as you need them. And like, let's just keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you come in and you do the work, you get the work done. Like, they sure appreciate your work. And sometimes you gotta let people know, hey, I work hard. I need my appreciation. Don't ever lower your standards, right? And I'm gonna give y'all all this little tidbit too, with dating, right? I remember, and I didn't like date this guy one time. I met this guy one time, right? And I was younger. I was like 23, 24. I think I was like 23. I went to New Orleans with my friends, and it was like a little 3-4 day trip. I forgot how many days we went, like 3 or 4 days. It was fun. And I met this guy in New Orleans, and he was like, oh, come over, I live over here, blah, blah, blah. So I Uber. Mind you, like, it was a $50 Uber. Don't judge me. Please don't judge me. It was a $50 Uber. My friend was like, friend, please don't get kidnapped. Please send me the location. Please, like, be safe. I was like, yeah, friend, I got you. Like, my stupid ass. Right? So I go meet the guy. Like, we vibe. We get along. And I just stayed there the whole night. We didn't really do nothing. Mind your business. But, I got along with him, and I really liked him. And, when I left, I was like, my dumbass was plotting shit. Like, oh my God, you should come to New York. Oh my God, like, it would be so nice if we had, like, Like, since I came to New Orleans, like, you should visit me in New York. We get, like, an Airbnb, blah, 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 all this shit, right? All this shit. And he's like, yeah, that sounds cool, da, 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 da. But he always wanted me to come back to New Orleans. I was like, well, like, if I came to, he always wanted me to come back to New Orleans. And I was like, damn, well, if I came there, like, wouldn't it be fair to, like, meet me halfway, come to New York? Especially if you want me to come. If you want to see me, right? But he didn't want to do that. And, eventually I decided that I was going to go back to New Orleans eventually. So I hit him up and I was like, hey, I'm going to come back to New Orleans. This was like after like 2 years or something. And, after 2 years, I went, because this was like the pandemic started and all that shit. So it wasn't really like logical for me to go. So, I went and I hit him up and I was just like, hey, like, I'm going to be in NOLA, whatever. He's like, oh, cool, that's dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? I should probably just pull up the messages. But, like, basically, there was an understanding that we would meet up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm here, like, pull up. What's up? I get to New Orleans, and this motherfucker don't text me back. I get to New Orleans. I say, hey, I'm in NOLA. What's up? What's good? What's the word? Radio silent. Radio fucking silent. And then I was like, damn, that's crazy. Because, like, we were planning this. Like, we were having the conversations. And after I leave, he texts me back talking about, oh, I was busy, had stuff going on. I didn't realize you texted me. I don't check Instagram like that. I told you the dates I was coming. And at that point, I said noted. And I left them the fuck alone. And that was a big learning experience for me, because it really hurt. Because I really, like, motherfucker, I spent it was like a spirit flight. But, like, I don't care. Okay, I don't care. Like, I went on a plane. I risked my life. Okay, I risked my life on a spirit flight. Do you know what that? You know how, bro? I went on a spirit flight to see this man. A spirit flight, only for him to play in my face. So when I say, like, have a standard, I mean across the fucking board. If somebody can't meet you where the fuck you're at, don't talk to me. Whether that's with friends, that's with work, that's with dating. If you can't meet me where I'm at, if I gotta give you the whole fucking world, and in return I'm getting crumbs back, fuck that. I don't want that shit, and I will not accept that shit. And he be in my DMs still be in my DMs. I'll be leaving his ass on to ignore it. That's why I don't be blocking people. I let them talk to themselves in the messages. They be trying to get at me. I don't want you because you play with me. No, fuck you, dickhead. But I think that's gonna be the end of the video. I think I've kind of made my point. Yeah. So up your standards, guys. Don't accept shit from anybody, and be good to yourself. Treat yourself. Do things, pursue the things that you want in life, and go for it. Don't be afraid of failure. I think that's the most important thing I could ever tell anybody. Don't be afraid of failing, because failure is a part of life just as much as success is. So that's my TED Talk today. I hope you can relate to it, and I'm going to end the video. If you liked it, subscribe. Let's, like the video, whatever, share if you want to share. But that's going to be it for it. So peace out.